All right. Hope everybody having a wonderful and blessed and amazing day. I'm just getting some things set up real quick. I will be discussing this is what I will be doing. So awesome. Looks like it is there. So I'm just watching comments. All right. So first things first, everybody, welcome to War Deadpool's start off on YouTube. I will be definitely giving this a good crack for a little while to see if I can get everything running correctly and potentially get monetized on here. So if you're listening to this, watch this video all the way through. The first segment on the show will be covering all the news topics, and then I will be looking at y'all's comments, and I will be replying to that after that segment's over. So without further ado, let's definitely get on with the show of things that is taking place. So let's do kind of a refresher from last night. This is what had me where I was banned on TikTok. So let's go through and show where it's like, oh, War Deadpool was actually correct in what he was saying. So, first thing that we have, this lady here, as you see, she was in Times Square yesterday, right after formal President Trump was an assassination attempt. He was already confirmed that he was shot. He was bleeding, and not a single television was broadcasting it in Times Square. Now, here's where my thing comes into play. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, on the way home, and I was like, oh, I'll stop at CNN Center in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'll just start broadcasting in there. So, yes, that place is shut down, but they still allow their televisions to work. And when I entered into there, all the TVs were blacked out. Security guard, no idea on their face what was going on. I was passing people on the street, no idea what was going on. I literally felt like I was in an NPC in a video game. Everybody else had no idea except for me. There was one guy that I saw that you could tell the stress in his eyes. So it was a potential that maybe he knew, but no one knew. I went into a bar down in Atlanta, Georgia now, went into a bar, and the bar said, we cannot turn the news on. That's bullcrap. Here it is, an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. Is that not wild? Also, if y'all don't mind, press 1 if you can hear me. And the microphone sounds good. So that's the thing. Let's listen and see what she has to say as well.
Friends, I'm in the middle of Times Square and I just got the news that President Donald Trump has been shot, and I am completely shocked. I've heard it appears he's okay, but look behind me. I'm in the center of Times Square. There's huge video monitors behind me, huge TVs behind me. Not a single report on the news about the president being shot. Now, on the other side of Times Square, we're looking over Times Square. This is the center of New York. You see all those video monitors outside? Right? See all this? None of them are reporting that the presidential candidate for the Republican Party has been shot. Not a word. Look at that. If anybody has any doubt about the depth of the censorship and propaganda that we are living in the 21st century, in 2024, have no doubts anymore. Presidential candidate has been shot, and not a single mention of it in the center of Times Square. All of these videos, right? All of these videos. Not a mention. Stay informed.
So I'm not the only one on that who was bared witness to the exact same thing in Atlanta, Georgia. She reported that from Times Square. That's crazy. Why would they not want to? Now, some people will sit there. I saw one person come in and say, hey, they did it for safety reasons. Safety reasons of what? Not letting us know? Why would you not want to let us know? If they're not going to let us know that there was an assassination attempt, then why not? I mean, what else are they withholding from us? The media, as the media should work, is always telling us stuff. That's what the media is in place for. It should not be about, oh, the media needs time so they can figure out how to spin the story. In fact, let me show you some things of how they spun the story. Let's see. I'll find it in just a second. I'll bring it over. Let's see. I'll find it in just a second. Give me just a moment of some of the way they were saying that what took place. Yeah, here you go. This is just one of many right here. Here you have, it says Trump removed from stage by Secret Service after loud noises startled former president. What are you talking about? We all bared witness to it. Literally saw him grab his neck. We all bared witness to the Secret Service saying the shooter is down. We all bared witness to seeing the blood on Trump coming from his ear. We all knew this, but no. That's not the story they wanted to run. By the way, that was updated. That's an image from 7:05 p.m. Everybody knew by then. Was supposed to know by then. Especially you would assume someone as USA Today should know. They did not want to sit here and tell us that there was a assassination attempt on Trump. Why not? We also had some journalists say that it was firecrackers. Firecrackers. Is that not alarming? Is crazy. We even have where, let me find this other article for you in just a second. In some of the things that they're playing today, with, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. Check this out. This is from one of y'all's favorites for a lot of people. This comes from Elon Musk. Elon Musk showing what the New York Times is showing here. Is that not despicable? Let me read it off for you. It says the failed. The test of leadership and betrayed America. Voters must reject him in November. That's today. That's today's news article there. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. That is shocking to me that not even 24 hours after an assassination attempt happened on him, New York Times decided to run this type of article, and we're being told to come together. We're being told to come together. Yet, the media, well, some of them just apparently seem like they have other ways about it. Now, let's check one other thing. Well, there's a few things. Let's also look at this, shall we? Here's another one. I just want you to read the fine lining on this and think for yourself, because that's what I am. I am a non-biased person who just reads it off. I'm not a journalist. I never want to be associated that I'm a journalist. I want to be associated that I am just a man, just like the rest of y'all. I am a person. I'm a human being, and I'm just going to give you the facts on stuff, and you're going to decide for yourself at the end of the day what you decide, what you want to believe and not believe. I'm not going to do what the media does. The media will sit there and tell you what you're going to think, play the video of what you're going to see, stop it in the middle of it, remind you again what to think, and at the end of it, they're going to remind you at the end of it what to think. Not once, not twice, but 3 times, sometimes even more. They will beat it into your head of what to believe, what you're supposed to believe. They don't want you making up your own mind. So that's not who I never want to be associated with. So I will never, ever, ever call myself a journalist. I don't even care if I ever even got a media past anything. I don't care. I will never be calling myself a journalist, and I hope no one ever does call me a journalist. With that said, let me read this off to you. Trump bloodied, but, and has the quote, fine, after shooting at Pennsylvania rally. Does that look like? Does it sound like? As I read it off to you, does it sound like? They just want to act like this is no big deal. Like they want to put it underneath the table. So that's that. That's there. We already covered that. Let's see. This is the next thing. Okay? Trump. I showed this yesterday. Trump has a hole in his jacket here. Could it be a hole from something else? Maybe. Could it be that he was hit there? We all heard it. There was, at least a good few shots from the shooter. And then there was more that was returned back at the shooter, which we'll get more into that in a little bit. So could former President Donald J. Trump been hit in the chest? Well, let's think about it for a minute. Okay? Like I said, maybe there was a hole there. Maybe it was something else that caused that hole. But if he was hit in the chest, I can tell you very more than likely he's wearing a bulletproof vest. So that's one of the things that was taking place that I was reporting yesterday. So let me move that article over. You also have that. We've ran through that. Now I'm going to read something off that a lot of y'all know, that a lot of y'all are aware of. Where I thought that I had the video to it. Here's other. Here's other thing. Of what media was saying. By the way, if you care to read, popping noises heard. Popping noises. That was from NBC News. Popping noises. I think everybody and their mama and everyone in the grave knew that it was a shot. Crazy. After noises startled him. That's what one of these articles read. Noises startled him. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me with this. So now, let me go and try and find this one video. And then, I know that's CNN. Don't judge me. There's a reason why I show CNN, and it's because I want to show that I'm non-biased. I know that I got a lot of people that are going to be watching me for purposes of that I'm non-biased and things like that. I know there's some people that watch me from the left side, the right side, the in-between side, or the side that don't give a flying flip. So I will always show all sides. So there is a reason why I show all sides. I show Fox News. I show them all. So don't hit me too hard. All right, let me pull up that video
and watch and listen to the rally.
So,
right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him.
Okay.
So we walked up and.
All right. So this gentleman explains it. We're going to go into more on this of what ends up taking place. So, and you can listen to this. This is a eyewitness. There's more. There's a lot more to the story. Okay, but this is an eyewitness. Okay, let's listen in.
And watch and listen to the rally. Right, we couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea. But we noticed the guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service.
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? This is not a big place.
Did you see, obviously everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh, yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, just be careful because we don't quite know who's watching, but you're pretty sure they shot the guy?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
Interesting, right? So you have where someone saw the shooter, the active shooter on the roof, someone with a gun, trying to get the police attention, even the Secret Service attention. What questions should you be asking yourself through this? Did someone fail? I don't know. I'm sure that some of y'all have a lot of other type of questions off of that. But let's go down a little bit more to something else that just came out earlier today. And it says, well, let me do it like this. It says, not long before the shots rang out, rally-goers noticed a man climbing to the roof of a nearby building and warned local police, according to 2 law enforcement officials. One of the local police officers climbed the roof, and encountered Mr. Crooks. That's the name of the person, by the way, that tried to take the life of former President Donald Trump. Anyhow, one local police officer climbed to the roof and encountered Crooks. Crooks then pointed his rifle at the officer. The officer retreated down the ladder, and Crooks quickly took a shot towards Trump, and that's when Secret Service snipers shot Crook. That's crazy. That's crazy. I get it. I get it. Maybe some, scared things like that, but hey, look, there is ways that you can get the Secret Service attention. Hey, I'm jumping on this roof because someone told me that someone was up there. It goes through the airwaves. Everybody hears it. They know to be looking that direction. They know to go ahead and take Trump and get him off the stage. Get him to run away very fast. That did not happen. None of that happened. A lot of this could have been prevented. A lot of things could have been prevented. It was not. Why was it not? Who do we have out there that is supposed to be protecting the President of the United States? The President of the United States. We've seen Lincoln, JFK. We've seen other attempts on other presidents before in history. Have we not learned our lessons to cover the ground for everything in eye distance? I guess we have not. Let me bring this in for you all so you can see what it is, where this playing field looked like here in Pennsylvania. The shooter climbed here, so I understand. All right, let's put where everything is. You have the shooter, okay? You have the shooter here. You hear, this is where Trump was, the rally of the stage. This is the counter snipers team. So what you were watching, what a lot of videos y'all saw, was looking towards Trump and Trump looking towards them, pointing. Okay? He points, he's hit, he heard it. Okay? Then everybody reacts. But here's the thing. Okay? I understand. This is where they're set up at. Why not other places? Why was there no one even set up over here? You're only covering one area? That's a joke. Maybe there was other type of snipers in the area. But they got to start covering all these areas. A lot more. A lot better. This never needs to happen in history again. There should be no attempt on a president in the history. Ever. It should have stopped the day JFK was shot. We should have sat there and been like, you gotta look through everything. I don't care if you believe there was 2 snipers for JFK. Okay? Because there's some who know the story of the grassy knoll. And some believe it, some don't. That's fine. But the Secret Service, they know this. They know the story. They know that they should be, everything should be sealed down the best that it could. Every potential angle. Someone could have took a shot from there. water towers. There's so much. I mean, honestly, you want a great point of view? Get on the water tower. You would have seen that coward. Because that's what he is. He was a coward. There's a lot of other words I can think of. It's the most polite one. Climbing the roof. If you were on the water tower, you could have seen him climbing. But no. No, 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 no. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, I'm going to play a video for you. This is Biden's speech. Okay. This is Biden's speech here. To where I want to have y'all see that video. So, let's see. Where is give me just a second. Okay, I don't know why it's not playing that. Oh, hold on. I think I know what's wrong. Oh, the world is going on here. I don't know why that's happening like that. Let's see if this will work. Sorry, it's going to take me a minute. I'll eventually get really good at this stuff. So, I guess we'll just do it this way. So, I'm going to let y'all hear it. We'll do it this way.
We don't know whether he had help or support or if he communicated with anyone else.
All right. I will go back right when. Let this play just for a moment, and then you all can listen to it. Let me speed it up. It'll be coming on shortly. So I appreciate everybody working through this stuff. Don't worry, I'll be getting much better at this type of stuff. So, but I do want to show y'all what President Biden ends up saying here. Come on. I know I'm just like, video's almost right there. All right, here we go.
My fellow Americans, I want to speak to you tonight.
Nope. Gotta put the playback speed to normal, right? All right.
About the need for us to lower the temperature in our politics. And to remember, while we may disagree, we are not enemies. We're neighbors. We're friends, co-workers, citizens, and most importantly, we're fellow Americans. We must stand together. Yesterday's shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania calls on all of us to take a step back. Take stock of where we are, how we go forward from here. Thankfully, former Trump is not seriously injured. I spoke with him last night. I'm grateful. He's doing well, and Jill and I keep him and his family in our prayers. We also extend our deepest condolences to the family of the victims who was killed. Corey was a husband, a father, a volunteer firefighter, a hero, sheltering his family from those bullets. We should all hold his family and all those injured in our prayers. Earlier today, I spoke about an ongoing investigation. We do not know the motive of the shooter yet. We don't know his opinions or affiliations. We don't know whether he had help or support or if he communicated with anyone else. Law enforcement professionals, as I speak, are investigating those questions. Tonight, I want to speak to what we do know. A former president was shot, an American citizen killed, while simply exercising his freedom to support the candidate of his choosing. We cannot, we must not go down this road in America. We've traveled before throughout our history. Violence has never been the answer, whether it's with members of Congress of both parties being targeted and shot, or a violent mob attacking the Capitol on January 6th, or a brutal attack on the spouse of former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, or information and intimidation on election officials, or the kidnapping plot against the sitting governor, or an attempted assassination on Donald Trump. There is no place in America for this kind of violence, or for any violence ever. Period. No exceptions. We can't allow this violence to be normalized. You know, the political record in this country has gotten very heated. It's time to cool it down. We all have a responsibility to do that. Yes, we have deeply felt strong disagreements. The stakes in this election are enormously high. I've said it many times that the choice in this election we make in this election is going to shape the future of America and the world for decades to come. I believe that with all my soul. I know that millions of my fellow Americans believe it as well. And some have a different view as to the direction our country should take. Disagreement is inevitable in American democracy. It's part of human nature. But politics must never be a literal battlefield, or God forbid, a killing field. I believe politics ought to be an arena for peaceful debate, to pursue justice, to make decisions guided by the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution. We stand for an America, not of extremism and fury, but of decency and grace. All of us now face a time of testing as the election approaches. And the higher the stakes, the more fervent the passions become. This places an added burden on each of us to ensure that no matter how strong our convictions, we must never descend into violence. The Republican convention will start tomorrow. I have no doubt they'll criticize my record and offer their own vision for this country. I'll be traveling this week making the case for our record and the vision, my vision of the country, our vision. I'll continue to speak out strongly for our democracy, stand up for our Constitution and the rule of law, to call for action at the ballot box, no violence on our streets. That's how democracy should work. We debate and disagree. We compare and contrast the character of the candidates, the records, the issues, the agenda, the vision for America. But in America, we resolve our differences at the battle box. You know, that's how we do it, at the battle box, not with bullets. The power to change America should always rest in the hands of the people, not in the hands of would-be assassin. You know, the path forward through competing visions of the campaign should always be resolved peacefully, not through acts of violence. You know, we're blessed to live in the greatest country on earth, and I believe that with every soul, every power of my being. So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit, to think about it. What's made America so special? Here in America, everyone must be treated with dignity and respect, and hate must have no safe harbor. Here in America, we need to get out of our silos, where we only listen to those with whom we agree, where misinformation is rampant, where foreign actors fan the flames of our division to shape the outcomes consistent with their interests, not ours. Let's remember, here in America, while unity is the most elusive of goals right now, nothing is more important for us now than standing together. We can do this. You know, from the beginning, our founders understood the power of passion. So they created democracy that gave reason and balance a chance to prevail over brute force. That's the American we must be. An American democracy where arguments are made in good faith. An American democracy where the rule of law is respected. An American democracy where decency, dignity, fair play aren't just quaint notions, but living, breathing realities. We owe that to those who come before us, to those who gave their lives for this country. We owe that to ourselves. We owe it to our children and our grandchildren. Look, let's never lose sight of who we are. Let's remember we are the United States of America. There is nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops.
All right. Couple things I already know what some of y'all are saying. Let's see if I can find it for you. right here. I already know this one. It's coming up. Don't worry. This, I'll let you listen. See if you can pick it up.
So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit, to make America, think about it. What's made America so special?
Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Did he almost say something? Let's see.
So make America, think about it. What's made America so special?
That's one thing, right? I know. It's a giggle. You know, he almost did say make America great again. So, the other thing that took place, let me get, here, let's just put this video up so you know. The other thing that President Biden did say wrong is he called it a battle box. I will always call it the ballot. Now, he may be. I'm just going to give him a benefit of a doubt for a second, but you could be saying, let's take the battle to the ballot box. Just going on that. Another thing that I do want to let people know, I am always going to be as respectful the best that I can. Because if I go and I'm disrespectful, yes, that could lose viewers and things like that. But that's also not who I want to be. I don't want to be viewed as, you know, hey, he can crack jokes and make fun of people. So there's that. All right, so let's see. How long have I been live? 37 minutes. So that concludes everything. I will now open this up to where I'm going to read off y'all's questions, hear y'all's thoughts to some of this. I'm also going to get to checking around some things. Yeah, we're going to do this just like we normally do off of TikTok. I'm going to go in. I'm going to explain some things off of TikTok. Let me do that first. TikTok banned me last night for misinformation. I don't know what the misinformation was. I also had multiple violations because of saying it was violence. Yet we have Daily News, ABC, and AP over there, which are verified accounts that have millions of followers. All three of those had videos that actually showed former President Trump being shot, the actual footage of it. And I wasn't. So how was mine violence? So also, I just want to let some of y'all know, I have several death threats on TikTok. I report it to TikTok. They do nothing about it. I have threats that actually say that when we find you, we will murder your wife and we will murder your cats. I have messages like that tell me they are searching for me. I also have a couple of wing nuts that I used to consider friends. Oh, yes, very true. Like I said, War Deadpool gets to open up to you tonight. I had some people that I trusted and I was friends with. That they feel they need to dox me. And do you know what content they want to dox me with? Showing the world who I am. You know what thing they want to show? You know what they want to show? They want to show me and my wife getting married 15 years ago. Do you know how they found that? They found it by searching my phone number because I thought they were friends. I thought they were good. If I told you what type of people these were and what they did, you would sit there and say, yeah, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer for you to sit there and talk to someone like that. Because of what they were in, they could help with what was taking place with your wife. And now they want to dox me. And they know how important it is to why I do not need to be doxed. So what I call it to one of the people that was like, no, I didn't do it. I sat there and I said, you're a coward who wanted to put the knife or the gun in someone else's hand. And then you did. And then that coward, they can't do the job. They don't want to go out and murder War Deadpool. They want to go and put it out there to where I'm doxxed, to where all these nut jobs who send me messages several times. It's more times than I can count. It's more times than I even view my messages of how many people have sent me physical death threats saying that they're searching for me. That's what they want. And it's sickening and it's twisting. And that's why I try and hold myself to where no one knows who I am. I'm trying to protect my wife, who something very horrible happened to her. And a lot of y'all know about that story, and one day I will tell y'all that. Great question. Isn't that blackmail? Doxing is where you take information on somebody and you show it so that others can find you. And the kicker is one of the people sat there and tried to tell me that's not doxing because it's public information. Oh, but come on, kiddo. How'd you find me? Oh, you found me by my telephone number. And the thing that's most comical about this is the person said that I was talking and bashing them on my Discord. That's their whole entire reason why they're upset. They said I was bashing them on their Discord, which you can search my Discord. It's an open server. Everybody can see it. You can search in there. They don't want to do that. They want to say, oh, I heard it from other people. And now they want to threaten me with that. That's what I have to live with. That's what I have to live with, people. That's why I try and stay so hidden. What I can't believe on TikTok is a lot of things. But the top of the list is two things. The number one thing is, why is it that I get threatening messages saying that I've had messages to where they even say, you're going to get a call from the police that your wife and your cats are dead. I even have had other messages. This is the second thing of where there's scammers that try to act like me. And they say to y'all of, oh, send me money through WhatsApp and all this type of stuff. I've even had them where they sat there and copied my Venmo and Cash App, and then they add on a period onto the end of it. I've had where people sent them money unknowingly. I had people thinking they were sending money to me, didn't realize that my Cash App and my Venmo was just War Deadpool. There is no P, there's no dash, there's nothing. It's hard to tell. It looks like it's part of it. They sadly fell for it. It sucks. The thing that's crazy is all of them have fake accounts posing as me on TikTok. And I tell TikTok about it. They don't immediately investigate. In fact, when they do finally investigate 3 months later, the only thing that they made them do was change their name. Change their name after they already scammed dozens, if not hundreds of people. I have no idea How many people were scammed through all of this? They didn't want to step up and do something then. And they still don't want to step up, and those accounts are still up. They're just in a different name now. They sit here and tell people, oh, this is my backup account. And a lot of people sadly fall for it. It's horrible. It's horrible. Those are two major problems I have with TikTok. I have other problems with TikTok. I have it of, why do you have the news showing an attempt of an assassination on the president of the United States, and these news places showing the blood, showing the shot, showing him grabbing his neck, but I get a violation for violence, and I wasn't even showing that. I also got called misinformation. No idea what the misinformation was. Maybe it was just the fact that that one person sat there and said that they seen the shooter on the roof. TikTok doesn't want to do anything about it. You can sit there and say, hey man, you can appeal. I have appealed. I'm waiting. Generally, they come back within 5 to 10 minutes. It hasn't come back. And I can tell you it more than likely won't come back. And it'll more likely stick. And I have 3 violations over there. So this is how it's going to be done, everybody. I do have a backup account. It's called News WDP, is what it's called. Go follow that account. I'm going to go live from that account, and I'm going to join it as a guest from my main account of the War Deadpool. Then y'all will be able to see me on TikTok. But I'm sorry, TikTok has officially made it to where I am no longer where I say that I am only going to be on TikTok because of this. This is a big problem to me, and y'all mean a lot to me. So, with that said, I will be starting YouTube up. I will be trying to get monetized on here. So that means watch my content as much as possible. You can replay it through the night over and over again, and it still counts. I have to get something like 100,000 hours into it. So that's awesome. I know that some of y'all are saying, can we change the screen yet? Let me change the screen for you. Let's see. Where's it at? Here we go. I also will be starting up a podcast eventually. I don't know when it'll start. Maybe in a week, might take me a couple of weeks, but an official podcast will be started up. Every day, I will try to do news for 30 minutes. The podcast will be launched everywhere. Spotify to Amazon, whatever. It's going to be launched on all of them, so don't worry. So every day there's going to be 30 minutes of news is what I'm going to aim for, between 30 to 45 minutes of something that I can give you in coverage of news. I also, because all of y'all love the rabbit holes that I get into and you love the way that I investigate it, I also will be doing a rabbit hole every Monday night for y'all. Every Monday night for you. And so let's say that it's the rabbit hole of MH370. And let's say that it takes 10 parts. So it's going to be a while because there is so much out of there. So much. Because every episode is going to be about 45 minutes. Because you don't want to go over an hour. Okay? Every Monday, there will be a release of one of those parts. So if MH370 is a 10-part series, every Monday for the course of 10 weeks, every Monday, a video will come out to that. And you'll be able to clearly see it. It'll be MH370, or rabbit hole is what I'll call it. Might just dub it down to, rabbit or something like that. And then dash MH370 dash 1 of 10. But here's another thing that I'm going to do for y'all. I will go live on YouTube or TikTok. I don't know. But any really good questions that I get, I'm going to put it together and I'm going to read it off for everybody on Friday night on a podcast. So Monday night, you get part 1 of 10, but Friday night, you get part 1 of 10 Q&A. That is so that you might sit there and be like, I wonder if there was any good questions. In fact, you may sit there and say, hey, I don't want to hear the questions. I only want to hear the rabbit holes. I just want to hear you talk about that. You may sit there and say, I don't care about rabbit holes. I just want to hear the news. That's how I'm going to try and do things. And then Saturday and Sundays will be a break. Now, eventually it will be very time consuming. Okay. So I am probably going to try and limit myself on how much I go live. Will it be on YouTube? Will it be on TikTok? I don't know. It depends. Will it be changed? Depends. Don't know. But as of right now, I will try to go lives on Mondays and Wednesdays and Thursday after, let's say, maybe, let's say 8 o'clock. That way people can, in California can be listening to me, and people on Eastern time zone can be listening to me as well. And then they can ask questions and things like that. And I feel that it's a really good question. I'm going to write it down. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, how it's going to be. So now some of y'all are asking, what's a super chat? A super chat will be added eventually onto YouTube, and that will be for when you when I get monetized. So when I get monetized, they'll make a super chat. You can send me money on here, because some of y'all are like, man, I'd love to send you money right now through all of this. The only way that I do as of right now is by Cash App or Venmo. And I will include that into, into Discord. But if you're like, hey, look, you don't have Discord, then it's fine. I'll put it as, like my first message or something like that. The link to my Cash App and the link to my Venmo. So if you want to send me money, I do appreciate it. Now, want to make something? If you're listening to me for the first time, you're like, oh, there it is. That's the money guy. I am not the money guy. I am only the money guy because I do this so much that I don't have a job. There's no way that I could do a job and this. So yes, I do appreciate it to whoever does send me money. I don't care if it's a penny. I don't care what it is. Okay. But even if you can't do a penny, it's totally fine. I appreciate you being here. No one will ever be seen in my eyes as, oh, you tapped the screen or you made a comment. Oh, but this person sent me $100. No. Everybody is equal to me. Okay. And I greatly do appreciate everybody who likes the video one time on TikTok, or likes the video here, or shares it, or comments, or watches it for a moment. I greatly appreciate you, and I want you to know you mean something to me. Doesn't matter what little you do or how much you do. You all, every single one of y'all, means something to me, and I thank y'all so much for that. So, let's see. The other way, if I'm repeating, hopefully I'm not, but the way that TikTok will be done is I will be going out live on my backup account, and then my main account will join as a guest. So when you sit there and see that, you want to send money, you're going to send it to the guest on there. If you want to do the TikTok way, that's totally fine. Let's see if there's anything else that I would like to discuss. I think that's really it. Let's see what y'all have in these questions here, and we'll go through there. By the way, I did see somebody, and I hope that he is still in here. He's someone from the, he's possibly, a Democrat in here, which I welcome him, and I say thank you for being in here. And he did say something. He said, hey, look, when Biden was saying America, y'all are stretching to that Biden was thinking of trying to say, make America great again. He may be right. Because all Biden did say is let's make America. And then he said something else. And then he was like, la, 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 and went to talking about something else, could be right. And I do appreciate that. And I hope that everybody understands that we all see different views. And I hope that people sit there and know that I encourage y'all to be like that, to always think of things for yourself. So the backup account on TikTok is News WDP. Let me see if I can find that for you. You can take a screenshot of it. Give me just a second. There you go. It's right there. You can take an image of that. Also, if you're listening to me and you're like, man, he's lagged, it's not. You just have to click the live and you'll be called up. I'm about, still even then, it's about a 10-second delay. But yeah, make sure that you do, it's like right in here. There's a live button right beside the pause and the play, and you'll see live. Just click on the live and it'll fast forward you up to that point. So, I think we will be getting into covering some news, by the way. Let's read off some of y'all's comments. Of course we do. I greatly appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Robert, thank you. Anybody have any questions with any of the stuff that you've seen tonight so far? I know it's like a 10-second delay, so it's probably going to be a little bit till I start seeing some of y'all's questions coming in. And any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask. So, that said, I'll kind of, do some of this stuff, looking around, seeing what military flights are up. I did, by the way, I did see where there was a helicopter that left from Pittsburgh and went to Cleveland. Also, anybody who might be new to listening to me, your first time user on YouTube listening to me, look, I am not someone who will enunciate things correctly. It happens. And if I see it bugs you, I'm going to run with it. So like some people will be like, you said Tucson, or you said Tucson wrong. You said Tucson. I will call it Tucson from here on out. So just to let y'all know. But sometimes I don't say things correctly. So yeah, everybody found it awesome. All right, let's look through some of y'all's questions. More on Biden saying, put Trump in a bullseye. Yeah, I've seen y'all comment. I haven't seen this, but I've heard that stuff has been removed. I do know that Biden last night, or yesterday, right after, I don't know when it was. I don't know if it was like no, it was within an hour after, because I remember people on X, which formerly known as Twitter. I hope that we're past that stage already and just officially start calling it X. But on X, they were saying that, oh, Bush said something, Obama said something, but Biden hasn't said anything. And then Biden did come out. But one of the things that Biden did say is that there was going to be ads removed, some of his ads removed. So I wonder if that has a tie-in to that bullseye that y'all are talking about. So you missed the first part. Don't worry, Stephanie. You can rewind right now and watch it. Or you can watch this and then rewind. So it is a really cool thing. Who is the guy in the hat? People keep thinking, I don't know that one. It's Fusco or something like that. I do need to do an investigation of that. I will be doing an investigation of that. But right now, I'm unsure. There was so much that was going on last night. Is there a BlackRock connection? I haven't heard, and I can't think of a BlackRock connection. I can sit there and tell you right now, this is a rabbit hole mind. Okay, this is my rabbit hole mind. Is this 20-year-old kid was registered Republican and was also sent money as a Democrat to Democrats. I wonder if there's any type of brainwashing that took place. We're all familiar with the Unabomber, with what happened to him. I did look up at the school he went to. I don't know if he went to anything after that, but that is a rabbit hole that, yes, I have put myself into. But BlackRock, I haven't seen anything. I am very, very good. Some of y'all know my backstory of who I am, and things like that. So I can really get into rabbit holes. Will you still notify us through Discord? 110% I will. That will always. Every time a podcast comes up, you'll be notified. Every time a YouTube comes up, you'll be notified. So, let's see. All right, Karzar, great to see you here, brother. So, Karzar, you can rewatch this. So, at the beginning of my YouTube videos, because this is going to be uploaded and saved so people can watch it again. So if you're like, hey man, I want to see everything that you talked about, you can definitely do that. So, and you can go ahead and do it right now if you wanted to. So, because I did it without talking to any questions or anything like that. It's just a full long 37 minutes of just straight talking the news. So thank you, Karzar, for being in here. Great to see you. Thank you, everybody else. Mispronunciations make your day. BlackRock is deals with money, but a lot more. So, that's right. So many of y'all fans of one another. I appreciate it. I love that. Let's look and see if there's any others. Donations. Yes. Last I seen, it was like $2.5 million has been, Donald Trump set up a GoFundMe over, I think it's 2.5 million, may even be more than now, but of where people have donated money. And a lot of people donated money. Because some people may be sitting there being like, oh, there's someone, probably donated $1 million type deal to make it that high. No. The highest number one person who did so at the time of when I viewed it was Dana White from UFC. $100,000. And then Kid Rock, and then a person I don't even know who they are, but I believe they donated $50,000 each. But yes, a lot of people have donated to the other victims that were spectators. As of probably about 4 hours ago, the latest that I heard 4 hours ago was obviously we know that one of the spectators sadly passed away. There was 2 that was in critical condition, and they are still in the hospital as of 4 hours ago. They have released the names to the other victims, by the way. So, someone on repeat said supposed to be a time traveler. So, that's a great thing I love to get into. Is Barron Trump the last president? This is a rabbit hole that I wish I had everything right now ready to go on this. And so it's because I'm pulling up an image for you. So everybody can see what is WDP talking about. Talking about this. This was a book written in the late 1800s, I think. It's known as The Last President. There's a couple other books, by the way. This book is very interesting. It's a great rabbit hole because it's written in the late 1800s. It's about a boy named Barron Trump. Huh, that's interesting. And the book, he is a time traveler. And he goes into the future of where he sees his, I think it's great-grandfather or maybe great-great-grandfather, something like that. He sees his great-grandfather, which happens to be Trump. It also mentions things about Trump Towers. Mentions things about Trump becoming president. It also talks about at the end, this is what happens at the end of the book, spoiler alert, is they blow up the White House. That's the end of the book. It's wild. This being in this book that was written over 100 years ago. And tons of things that is in connection together. Of where it's like, holy crap. Like, could we have had a time traveler on our hands? Maybe. Maybe just someone had the writing on the wall. You know, of thinking things out. Maybe. The other thing is there's a theory out there. There's a theory out there that Donald Trump's uncle, his uncle, was one of the agents that went to Nikola Tesla when they took him down. One of the agents. And there's files that are classified. Still, you're supposed to declassify files, I believe, every 25 years, something like that. But still classified on some of Tesla's work. And so the theory is that Trump's uncle seen this stuff, and they think that it was with time traveling, and they think that, you know, Barron Trump, the one that you see today, is actually the time traveler. So, but yeah, it's an interesting thing. Let's see what y'all are saying in the comments before I move on to the next subject. So, yeah, you seen the book before? Yeah, it's wild. I haven't seen that yet. Stephanie's saying there's a rabbit hole, Princess Diana, that her son is being Barton's mom. I'll have to look into that. Baron Ventures is different than the last president. Well, there, like I said, I got a lot that I have to put together on that, so I appreciate that, Jenna. Tesla was into realms, of course. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting things onto that. Yeah, I can't remember what it is. If it's great grandson or what in the book, but yeah, there's some stuff that I'll get it put together. Because there's riots in the streets, in the book, riots in the streets. So yeah, it's wild. Yeah, I might read it to y'all. Maybe I will. It's a lot, but yeah. So why? So we could only travel forward in time, but not back. Well, that is one of the things that you hear some people say. That when you ask them about time travel, if you were to ask Alexa, can we time travel to the future? She sits there and scientifically says some stuff. And then you say, Alexa, can we go back in time? And there's so many that say, you can't. You can only go in the future. Yeah, 3 books. Thank you, Jenna. I couldn't remember what it was. It's been a minute since I read it. I read What is Wild. I read the books in when Trump was running as president. Because I remember I would tell people, I'm like, yeah, dude's going to become president because it says so in the book. And they were like, what are you talking about? So I was like, okay. But yeah, so that was, 8 years ago at least. So, yeah, I see some of y'all saying JFK Jr. is alive. Yeah, there's some stuff I need to get into. But by the way, just for anyone wanting to know, that is, just rabbit hole theories. So, but yeah. Oh yeah, Lee. I'll do an Alexa night with y'all. Asking her some questions. I will do that type of stuff. Well, let's do this. I told y'all to not, not judge me, for, oh, you're showing CNN. I show all news. Okay, so I'm going to show CNN and see what they say here, by the way. All right, this is what we know about the shooter. So it says this November, Thomas Matthew Crooks was set to reach a political milestone, the first presidential election he was old enough to vote in. So he's never voted before. It goes on to say that when he turned 18, he became a registered voter. And somewhere in here, it does say how, where's it at? Never mind, we'll continue reading. There's stuff to this. But it says, instead of casting his ballot this year, according to law enforcement, Crooks traveled an hour north of his home. Now, he was on the south of Pittsburgh. Climbed to the roof of a building and opened fire on former President Donald Trump during a campaign rally, leaving him bloodied and coming inches away from killing him. I don't think it's inches. I think it's centimeters. Literally an ear was hit. So love this life. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Crooks attack, which killed one spectator and critically injured 2 others. By the way, as of 4 hours ago, those 2 spectators in critical condition are still in the hospital as of 4 hours ago. And sadly, 1 spectator did sadly lose their lives. Why? No, quit that. I ain't buying your stuff. Let's go on. So far, investigators haven't found any evidence on social media or other writings by Crooks that might help identify his motive for the attempted assassination. So I will be doing stuff on my own to get into. Let's see. So I'm house sitting for kids. Can they listen to me through their... I don't know. I don't know if they can. No super chats, not yet. We'll be getting to super chats whenever I get monetized. All right, let's go on. Says, but CNN interviews with more than half a dozen former classmates and neighbors of Crooks painted him as quiet. Classmates remembered him as a good student, something of a misfit in high school. A review of public records suggests he may have even divergent political leanings, with Crooks registering to vote as a Republican, but making a small donation to a Democratic-leaning group. And that is kind of like, I wonder why. I wonder if his parents did. But then, when I asked that question on TikTok, a lot of y'all informed me that his parents are Democrats. So now I go, why did he register as Republican? Was it just, hey, check this box and he moved on? Or was he in between? And this was just 2 years ago. Because he's 20 now, I believe. Or was 20. And so that was just 2 years ago. So that was even after, like, Biden winning, all these people hating Trump and all this type of stuff. So was something changed in his mind? And that's where my rabbit hole theory goes. To wondering if there was any type of brainwashing. All right, getting back on to point. We see that Crooks lived in a Pittsburgh suburb, Bethel Park, which some of y'all let me know that's the rich side of town. It's about an hour drive south of the Trump rally, where law enforcement officials say he fired at the former president. Crooks graduated from Bethel High School in 2022, according to a local media report and a video of the school's graduation ceremony. Jason Cooler, 21, who went to the same high school, told CNN that Crooks was bullied by other students and seemed to be a loner. Okay, we've heard things like that before. Sadly, bullying takes place. I mean, look at it. I am a big account on TikTok, and I am, I've been in the top 5 of most subscribed to. Now, on YouTube, subscriptions, they're free. You can subscribe. It's free. On TikTok, you pay for subscriptions, and they're $6. And I've been in the top 5 before with 1,400 paid subscribers. But here I am, just a good guy that reports news, and bullied several times. What I told y'all earlier was just some of the stuff that happens with the bullying. I've had other people that have tried to dox me and want to dox me. So, let's go on. Crooks had no facial expression when he walked through the school hallways. Cooler said he wasn't like with the clique, so he always had, I guess, a target on his back. Another former student at the school, Sarah D'Angelo, remembered Crooks as a quiet kid, not obviously political or violent in any way. She said that the only time he spoke with her was when their class was waiting for their graduation ceremony to start. A third classmate who asked not to be named said that Crooks was very smart, took honors classes, and was shy. She said that he had a group of friends who were fairly conservative, some of who would wear Trump hats. There was definitely chatter about him just looking a little different, the classmates said to set of Crooks. Almost a retro nerd vibe. Well, nerds are taking over the world. Like it or not, nerds are taking over the world. Crooks' high school experience was interrupted by the pandemic, with students being out of school for months in 2020 and allowed to study remotely after that. The classmates said, and she added, that she didn't recall seeing him much during their sophomore or junior years. When she heard that Crooks was identified as the Trump rally shooter, the classmate said, I was just like shocked. I couldn't even believe he did something that bold, considering he was such a quiet and kept to himself kind of person. Let's see what y'all comments are saying. My feelings are so you're thinking Freemasons. That's there's a lot of Mason things that I know. Guess you don't know. You might not know who I am, Trisha. Or you might know who I am. But yeah. Lori Hanna, it's a starting U-turn on TikTok and it only works on lives. I have a phone. I can't do anything while TikTok. He was in a gifted. Hold on. D said he was in gifted programs but never went to school? Question mark. It doesn't make sense to me with rich parents. Someone saying that they questioned if his parents were Trump derangement, type syndrome. He got sick of hearing them. Next person said, also, what if he had a burner phone? I wonder if they're checking for that. I don't think he would use the personal phone for what he did. So, good to see you, Steven. Thank you for being here. Now, one thing I do want to let y'all know, there is a video of a guy. This is wild. There is a video of a guy that looks like the shooter. This is already confirmed that it's a troll and it's a fake person that is trying to say that, that they missed him and he's still alive and all this type of stuff or whatever. It's mind blowing. What this troll is doing, and there's a lot of people who are believing that. So, but it's already confirmed that that's a fake person, or a troll. But here's the thing: I hope that people have reported that person to the FBI, because the FBI will knock on that person's door and sit there and say, so you're making terroristic threats to the president. and they'll do their investigation. Also, another thing that I do want to let people know about is that you can go to FBI's website. I forget where it is. Someone will probably say it in the comments, or you can even call the FBI. But if you see someone saying stupid stuff, saying that, oh man, I wish they would have got him, or whatever, and things like that, or they wish they would have been the one, who would have done it, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you've seen lives that are like that. Report it. Record it. Take a screenshot of it. Copy it of where it is, the URL to it. Send it to the FBI. Because guess what? They're going to go and kick that person's door in and do their investigation. So, mom was a retired teacher, is what Berna said. Thank you. I was told his parents were therapists. I haven't heard that one. You're the first one who said that. Maybe someone else will chime in and let us know. By the way, one of the ways that I work, War Deadpool works, is I don't claim to know everything. And I sometimes might say something wrong, and y'all correct me. So that is a great thing. And I appreciate y'all correcting me to where I start saying things factually correct. So that's why I just replied to Miss Tracy here, who said, I was told his parents were therapists. Is that true? And I said, I don't know. So maybe other people will chime in and say, or maybe I'll end up searching here in a minute and finding out if there's truth to that. Let's see. There you go. See something, say something. By the way, Miss Jamie right there, if you click on that link, it will send you to my Discord, by the way. And you can get into my Discord. That's where notifications will be set up. Thank you so much for doing that, Jamie. And then the other thing is that there's another Discord inside that Discord. There's your inception, okay? But the first Discord is solely about just getting notifications. Notifications when I go live, when a video's made, when podcasts start happening, when my YouTube start. It's just strictly for that. That's all you get notifications for. Or you can do the inception and you go down to the next Discord and join the next one. Inside that Discord, that is where there is other members just like you that love to engage with one another. And I do have a video on how to operate Discord if you're interested. So let's check other questions. Karzar, she definitely is something else. The thing she said was taking up for what he did. Oh, wow. They still haven't knocked on Harry's door. Yeah, I don't think they're going to knock on Harry's door. I don't see him knocking on Harry's door. Let me look. I'm a realist, okay? That one was, hey, play on words type deal. It was a scenario. A lot of people didn't like it, especially people who are, anti-democratic, so to say. But that wasn't enough to go knock on a door, not in what, I see, but yeah. Discord is a place where you can, it is just where you can chat in, and it's only people, like me. So, and then you have your other members that are like you as well. All right, let's see. I heard he was involved in a lot of behavioral health and on many medications. Interesting. Have not heard that one yet. We'll see if anything does continue on this. Someone said that they've seen Crooks in a 2023 BlackRock ad. The 19-second mark at his school he attended. I will find out on that one. Every time he says y'all, we drink. Oh, you yens will be drunk before you know it. Yeah, but Discord is definitely for a chat room. All right, let's go on and see what else is said here. FBI agents, like Crook's former classmates, were trying to piece together his motives on Sunday. Kevin, whatever, the special agent in charge of FBI's Pittsburgh field office, said the FBI was working to gain access to Crooks' phone. Investigators believe he acted alone, adding that they had not seen any indication Crooks had mental health issues. So that kind of answers one of the questions there, unless things have changed. But this is CNN. They update this stuff. So according to CNN, they're saying that the FBI let them know that there is, they had not seen any mental health issues so far. Now they got a lot of investigation to do. This is going to be something that's going to take several weeks, maybe even months, by the way. We are working hard to determine the sequence of events related to the subject and his movements in hours, days, and weeks prior to the shooting. Went on to say, while noting that we're still very early in the investigation, and they are. This is a lot of investigation to take place. Think about the shooter from the hotel during the concert that happened, a couple years back. Think about how long it took them to go through that investigation. This one's going to take longer. There's going to be things that happen faster, but there is going to be a lot of investigation into this stuff. So, they'll a lot of things, seeing if other people are involved. Thanks everybody. Yeah, you're definitely fine to post whatever you want to in Discord. The only thing that I've ever said is, don't show gore stuff. However, with what happened to Trump, hey, I get it. Showing stuff from there. But like when I was covering the Hamas and Israel going on, that's where I was like, we're not doing this. But yeah, showing like Trump's bloody ear and things like that, you're fine. Anything else, you're fine. The only thing that I don't allow in Discord is other people's TikToks posted in my Discord, and that's not because it's like, oh, I don't want anybody else, getting famous. It's not that. It's TikTok's algorithm, and when it's shared from TikTok into Discord, and one of the people that are very active in watching me, if they click on it, they start seeing that person more and see my stuff less. And there's sadly a ton of people who write me and they're like, dude, I never see your stuff. And it's just because of TikTok's algorithm. It's not that TikTok is trying to shadow ban me or anything like that. It's just their algorithm. And I ain't ever getting back on top. So I have no clue who Trump's going to pick as his vice president. TikTok Live said his parents gladly sacrificed him to save democracy. Everyone, thanks for that. You saw the video too. Picture of BlackRock ads are all over the web now. Let's see. Is YouTube a touchy about certain words? No. I'm pretty good on here. All right, let's continue on. When reached by CNN Saturday night, Crooks' father, Matthew Crooks, said he was trying to figure out what the hell is going on. but would wait until I talked to law enforcement before speaking about his son. He could not be reached again on Sunday. Federal Election Commission's records show that a donor listed as Thomas Crooks with the gunman's street address gave $15 for Progressive Turnout Project, a Democratic aligned political action committee, and that took place on Inauguration Day, January 2021. Obviously, what other day would it be? When he was 17 years old. So, okay, so that's interesting. So he gave to the Democrats then on Inauguration Day, 2021, $15. But he then, whenever he turned 18, then registered as a Republican. Thank you, everybody who's watching, by the way. Appreciate y'all. So we condemn violence in all its forms, and we denounce anyone who chooses violence over peaceful political action, the spokesperson wrote. Later that year, a week after turning 18, Crooks registered as a Republican. According to Pennsylvania voter database that matched his name, age, and address, Crooks only cast a ballot once in the 2022 midterm election in Allegheny County. So, man, I doubt they're going to sit there and say what he voted on then, but that would be interesting. Because here's the thing. If he voted even red at that time, and let's just say that $15 was not him, just something weird. A lot of people are going to wonder about brainwashing, mental issues, you're going to look into that type of stuff. There is a lot of investigation that's going to take place. Let's continue on. Both of Crooks' parents worked as social workers according to state license records. His father is registered to vote as a Libertarian, and his mother is registered as a Democrat. That's what the records show on that. Crooks fired on Trump while perched, by the way, here you go. This is him on graduation day. So I would have not guessed that was him by his other pictures, but yeah. Anyhow, Crooks fired on Trump while perched on a nearby building rooftop outside the rally security perimeter before being killed by Secret Service agents. Law enforcement descended on Crooks' family home on a quiet street in Bethel Park on Saturday night. Explosive material was found in his residence, as well as in his car. Law enforcement officials familiar with the investigation told CNN. My question is, why would it be in his house? Why would it be in his car? That's strange to me. It'd be one thing if he had it there on him. But he didn't. Does that strike anybody else as being odd? Press 1 if you think so. 2 is you're like, meh. Let's continue on. A brief video posted on Facebook. Crooks School District in 2022 showed Crooks participating in a computer coding course and explaining a coding concept to a fellow student. Crooks can also be spotted sitting at the front of the economics class in a TV ad for the investment firm BlackRock. That was filmed at a school. Well, there you go, everybody. For all of y'all wondering if the BlackRock thing is actually true, here it is, CNN, everyone, actually saying that. The teachers that were featured in both of the videos, both of them have declined to comment. That's interesting. By the way, make sure that if you're seeing this delayed more than 10 seconds, make sure that the little red light is on beside live. Let's continue on. That's very interesting here. A spokesperson for the social media platform, Discord, oh boy, said in a statement that it had identified an account that appears to be linked to crooks. The account was rarely utilized, and we found no evidence that it was used to plan this incident to discuss his political views. Crooks worked as a dietary aide at the Bethel Park Skilled Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. You know what I'm trying to say, rehab center. Like, I'm not perfect at enunciations, okay? Nursing home less than a mile from his family's home. So, I don't. Okay. That's just an okay to me. The Infinity Stones. Let's go. First, CNN reported Trump fell down. Yeah, I know. Yep. Bystander, if you watch the beginning of my video, you can rewind and watch all of this stuff again if you like. Yeah, I do wonder what Discord it was. I'm sure that if we knew, a lot of people would be joining. A colleague who worked with crooks at the nursing home and was asked not to be named described him in an interview the sweetest guy. Just this week, the colleague said the two of them worked together to find an easier way for nursing home residents to open ranch dressing packets. An active colleague said was indicative of how caring Crooks was. Another thing that shows is he was looking into the future. So suicidal was not something on, when you hear things like that, he could still be suicidal. But a statement of like that of somebody looking into the future, those are things of, where it's like, it doesn't sound like someone's suicidal. Let's see. Grammar's not a strong shirt. Nope. Let's see. PC gamers. Just reading off comments. Wow, it seemed like he had a different personality. Maybe. We don't know. What's the other personality that he went and tried assassinating the president? I don't really see that as somebody that having another personality. I want to know what happened. What invoked him? What encouraged him? Was it the TV? Was it that he went to sleep? Something was played on his phone? Look, I'll get into that rabbit hole theory about what your phone does when you leave it beside your bed. Was he shown something? Was he paid off? You got to think so, too. Here's another thing. Where did he learn these skills from? 22 years old. Where'd he learn these skills from? I mean, 20 years old. Sorry, not 22, 20. 20 years old. Where'd he get these schools at? Well, that's an interesting one. I see the, the MK comments coming up. Whole life tells a story. There will be books, and oh yeah, they'll make movies about this. So, yep, it does crazy things. Seemed like he was easily sought out and manipulated. He thought he was getting away, and had more plans. Okay. So, I see that, I see you saying that. Okay. Because the reason why you're probably saying that is because he had explosives in his car and 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 at his house. So maybe so. So yeah, there's a rabbit hole I'll tell you about with your phone later on. Yeah, where did he get the rifle at? So also I heard some people correct me on this, please. Um I heard towards the beginning people sitting there saying it was a 22. And then I heard other people say it was an AK. So, I wouldn't say that. Someone's saying, he missed no skills. He literally clipped his ear. And he did that. You got to think, hold on. Let me sit there and say something. Is that he had a police officer jump up there. He turned around, pointed a gun at the officer, and the officer got down. And then he turned back around and started firing immediately. Okay, I see a lot of y'all saying now, so I appreciate it. So this is what I'll run with. Y'all are saying it was his dad's rifle. Thank you so much. Butterfly, Malibu, and Sarah and Wiley. Thank y'all for letting me know that. So yeah, that's still skills. That's still skills. To be that fast, even if you're a hunter, that's skills, to literally turn. You got to think about that. He turned around, pointed a gun at the officer, and immediately turned back around and started firing off immediately to clipping the target's ears. Yeah. Heart racing, you're in your last moments, and you're only 20 years old. I still call it skills. Yeah. So fight or flight kicks in. But yeah. All right, let's go on. Crooks. So let's look. Crooks, the colleague, said never expressed political views at work and wasn't a radical. They added, it's hard seeing everything that's going on online because he was a really, really good person that did a really, really bad thing. And I just wish I knew why. Bethel Park is a white suburb, predominantly white suburb, that is wealthier than the surrounding Pittsburgh metro area. Dan, whatever, a county council representative whose district includes Bethel Park, describes it as a politically mixed, according to county election records. President Joe Biden won the percent that includes the Crooks House with just 52% of the vote. Dan goes on with who lives nearby, said he had a very pleasant conversation with the gunman's parents while canvassing for votes before he was elected last year. He described this community as incredibly safe and close-knit and said he hoped that the shooting was not what Bethel Park is remembered for. I think anybody who's not from Pittsburgh will look at Bethel Park like that. All things like this do is increase the already extreme politically polarized we experience and increase the risk of future violence and retaliation. It does. I was worried about that when I got off my live yesterday from the CNN Center. My wife and I was discussing that is, is there someone that's going to sit here and look at someone and be like, nope, we just need to handle things on our own? Maybe, could it be one? Could it be five? Could it be more? Who knows? We did see the things that we did see. We did see that there is someone, very, very sadly, someone came into my live when I was in my car reporting the news. Someone came into my live and said, hey, it's only one person. And that one person does not represent the Democrats. They were the only person. It wasn't even 20 comments after that of another person saying that, oh man, I wish that, Trump was out. And way worse type comments in my life. And I was like, well, there you go. It's not just that one person feels that way. There's a lot of y'all that do. I don't know the number. You could sit there and say it's 1% out of 1 million people, but 1% out of 1 million people is a lot of people. Those are things that we see. So, shirt is from YouTube Gun Channel. I heard. Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't miss the whole thing. Joy, don't worry. You can restart the live and watch it from the beginning. So, yeah, it is crazy. I don't know when Trump's rally is. I think it's tomorrow is when it is. Because I don't think it's tonight. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything. Yep. Very disgusting comments. And I get it. You sit here and say that, hey, this might be just, 8%, might be, a tenth of a percent, but you can't sit here and just say it's one person. You can say that on the other side, The Republican convention is tomorrow. Thank you so much. So that's right. Thank you for reminding me of that. So yeah, tomorrow will be a day. So, all right, let's continue this on. It says that Andrew, who lives 2 houses down the street from Crook's family, agreed that the area was politically diverse, with some residents flying Trump flags and others displaying Biden ones. Okay. But he said he doesn't remember ever seeing political signage outside the crook's residence and only saw the gunman's father when he stepped outside to mow his lawn. If anything, you'd be like, does someone live there? Is what he asked. Let's see. Yep, that is it that we have from CNN. I'm sure there'll be other things. Let me leave it on this. Let's see if there's anything else. I'm going to search on X on the side. The reason why I like searching for X on the side is just because some stuff I see is other nonsense. New video from the moment shots were fired at Trump, law enforcement. So I'll bring this over. Here you go. This is new video. There's mostly unseen footage on a small social media page. If you chance upon them, please DM them to me. Clear picture. Okay, let's listen to this, shall we?
And you know, that's a little bit old, that shot. That shot's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something to say, take a look what happened.
Get the fuck down, goddammit.
Our country.
Hold on. Sound is going off on this. You're going to look at this. Again, I want you to pay attention to the people walking by. Okay? Walking, this guy, head down, moving this way. People already were running. Watch this. These people right here. Okay, watch these people. They start to run right when they're almost out of frame. Watch it. They're running right there. Right here, they're running. You ready? Watch. They are running. Look at this kid. Or this person. Look at them looking. Trump has not been shot yet. Look at them looking up there. Look at them. You're telling me that civilians are noticing someone up on a roof? And our Secret Service hasn't? Wow. Let's listen to it again, because you're probably sitting there going, oh, this guy's running because he heard shots. No, shots still weren't fired. Shots weren't fired until this girl closes her ears. Watch. When you see her do that, that's when shots are fired. Now let's listen to this again. Let's start it. Okay? When these people start to run, I want you to count, or we'll just know. It's 5 seconds in right here, okay? Watch how long it takes until shots are actually fired. The moment these people start running, 5 seconds in. Let's see.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that shot. That shot's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something to say, take a look what happened.
14 seconds, everybody. 9 seconds. 9 seconds. You could sit there and say, well, maybe 8 seconds. 8 or 9 seconds. Okay, wherever you want to start or end it at. Okay? Pulling off shots. Insane. That is wild. I'll do it again. By the way, everybody able to hear it when I had the sound on? Hopefully so. Let's see. Let's play it again. These people are already in movement. Still 5 seconds on the clock. Here we go.
That's a little bit old, that shot. That shot's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something to say, take a look what happened.
2 shots. 2 shots. Right there. Yep. Yep. I showed that earlier as well, Jenna. People talking about it also. I don't know if you know this, Jenna, but also an officer got up on the roof. And the guy turned around and pointed a gun at the officer. The officer retreated down, and then that's when he turned around and started firing. I have questions. Why did civilians notice? Like, man, like, even look at this. There's an officer walking here. You have a pistol. You want to know the fastest way to alert the Secret Service? Fire it into the ground. Fire it into the ground. Trust me, Secret Service is going to be looking all around. They're going to sit there and grab Trump and throw him down into the ground. They're going to immediately put him into hiding. No one did that. No one did that. Not a single one. Not a single one. I'm not trying to say put Trump all the way up on a pedestal or anything. By no means, I'm not saying that. But if I seen a sniper, I don't care who they're after, and I'm a police officer, and I'm walking up on them, and I know they got a gun, it ain't, hey, turn around, hands up, or anything like that. Here's another thing. Cajun asking here. Why not radios? Why? Hey guys, I'm about to climb up on this roof because people are saying there's a guy up here with a rifle. Did that really not take place? And if it did take place, why didn't the Secret Service already take them out? This is wild. This is confusing wild. Agreed. There should be 0 threats. Crazy. Seen 2 interviews with civilians telling local police to offer, yep, that there was someone climbing on the roof. Yep. I mean, were radios not working? I mean, you had 9 seconds from these people running. 9 seconds. The second that they're running, an officer should have been on the radio and says, we have a person on the roof with a rifle. I mean, literally, you hit that radio and everybody hears it. Clearly, that didn't happen. And if it did happen, then clearly the Secret Service just didn't even know what they were looking at. And the other thing is, why wasn't Secret Service jumping up there? So let's say Secret Service didn't know where to look at for whatever reason. Okay? Even though it should have been radioed in before that officer went to go climb. It should have been radioed the very second that someone went and notified a police officer, and that police officer took it upon himself to go and climb. He should have radioed to everybody and said, hey, I'm going to investigate on this roof because I'm being told there's a person up there with a rifle. I'm going to check it out. Should have been done a long time ago. Because seconds matter. Like I said, 9 seconds would have made a difference here. And I guarantee you that was at least a minute before that officer climbed. And I'm being very generous with that. Secret Service could have done something. But here's the question that I'm going to ask next. What if Secret Service heard it? What if they were like, hey, we don't know where we're looking? That's where I'm confused at. Because, where is it? I'm going to sit there and go, what building are they confused at? They're here. It's not like you have a lot to look at. You literally have a building. Now the ladder, great question there. Why was there a ladder there? Could have been one put in the day before. Could have been where it's a ladder to that, is set there to get on the roof. The civilian was only about 50 feet away from the shooter when he was pointing him out to the police. Yeah. I that's insane. Secret Service female was also couldn't cover Trump. It's strange to me on how things are handled through this. This was an embarrassment. And that's best case scenario. This wasn't an embarrassment. And that's best case scenario. There's going to be a lot to this investigation. There is going to be people that are going to be looked at into this. Why didn't you see it? Why didn't you radio? Why didn't you listen to the radio? Did something happen to the radio? Did someone sabotage stuff? It's crazy. Let's see what else I have on X for you. Thank you, everybody, for the likes, comments, shares. Appreciate y'all doing that. Let's see. Looking at other things in the news. Look at this. This is wild. This is wild. Look what Elon Musk just showed 21 minutes ago. From Washington Post. This is wild. The stories that are coming out. Just a day after an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. Look at this. It says, Musk, other pro-Trump billionaires have helped shape shooting narrative. The right-leaning business community on X, including Elon Musk and hedge fund billionaire Bill Ackman, used their megaphones to endorse Trump and fuel storylines about Saturday's attacks. What? Whoa, excuse me, what? Did you not listen, Washington Post, to what your daddy? Because you writing something like this saying pro-Trumps and shooting narratives and things like that, you're going to use those words, so I'm going to call it like it is. Your daddy, your President Biden, okay? What he just said, he just went live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That was 3 hours and 19 minutes ago when that started, by the way. And you write some rubbish like this. Trash. Trash, trash, trash. I can't believe that. Can't believe that. It's crazy. Crazy. See what other news there is. In Miami, by the way, an incident took place. I don't know what happened here. I'll end up maybe covering that story at the end of it. Right now, I want to try to stay on subject. Let's see. All right, so this was just reported. It says an hour ago, the Secret Service are blaming the local law enforcement and says it was tasked with securing properties surrounding Trump's rally. Goes on to say the Secret Service has blamed local enforcement for failing to secure the rooftop from which the gunman Thomas Matthew Crooks attempted to assassinate former President Donald Trump. They insisted that the rooftop was outside the perimeter. I'll bring this over so y'all can read this as well. So let me just start over again. The Secret Service has blamed local law enforcement for failing to secure the rooftop which the gunman Thomas Matthew Crooks attempted to assassinate former President Donald Trump. They insisted that the rooftop was outside the perimeter the federal agency was responsible for protecting, securing, and patrolling the factory grounds of AGR International Incorporation, located about 130 yards away from the stage. 130 yards. That's what he pulled that shot off with. Where Trump was speaking on Saturday was the responsibility of local Pennsylvania police, according to Secret Service Representative Anthony Whatever, as reported by New York Times. The Secret Service was tasked only with covering the grounds where Trump's rally took place, while local police were recruited to assist with those efforts and secure the area outside the rally. Number big thing that I'm going to sit here and say is Danilo Cavalcante escaped prison from which state? Oh yeah, that's right, Pennsylvania. Bring in bigger people. You can sit there and be like, "Oh, dude, that's why would you say that towards the officers in Pennsylvania?" Not all of them, and that was only one jail and things like that. What I'm actually really being very, very serious on, okay? You mean to tell me that the Secret Service doesn't have another 100 people? They don't train another 100 people to sit there and swamp the grounds? They should. They should. Why do they not? It's insane. That's insane. Now I wonder if they even bother to try and radio the Secret Service. So on one side of the page, I sit there and I want to know, why is there not hundreds of Secret Service? What's up with that? On another page, I want to sit there and ask, did they even try radioing this in to Secret Service? And that is correct. Secret Service is not off the hook with this statement at all. Even if true, is not off the hook with it. Man. Let's see. The Secret Service are blaming. Yep, just read that. Oh, let's see. Someone says that here's another video. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's y'all. Here's your money video, y'all. Here's your money video. Let's see how long this is. Let's see how long this is. Let's see when people start to take notice of someone on the roof. Let's go.
He was doing the job. I wouldn't even be doing this. I could get some beautiful places to go.
Look, they're all pointing.
All right. Someone just officially said at the 7-second mark, look, they're all pointing.
Maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. Gary.
A person down in the ground says, look, someone's up on the roof. 12 seconds in.
He's right there. Right there, see him? He's laying down, see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And Scott, I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a Senate.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And it's
There he
not
is.
easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be.
There, I paused it. He got up, and you can see the gun. You can see the gun.
Dangerous people, criminals. We have criminals.
He's
We
on
have
the roof. He's
drug
right.
dealers. We have people that
Right
should not be
here,
here.
right on the
And
roof.
it's much
He's
tougher
standing
than
up now.
it happens.
He went right on the roof again.
He was doing the job. I wouldn't even.
That is insane. That is wild. Wow. Wow. Amber Tucky said that she lived in Ohio when Obama came to visit, and you couldn't even get near the campus. And if you were on the campus, they kept you there. Same when Bush was here. I bet the Secret Service gets tasked with an entire area going forward. They better. At the rally I went to, the Secret Service was all over the place. Another person said, I live in Pennsylvania. The standards for the state police is so scarily low. My brother-in-law is one. Yeah, that's another thing. And I'm glad you brought that up. Because another thing is y'all have where at night, if it's like not a high emergency, they tell you just wait till tomorrow morning, and you get to call a number that's automated. It's like, that's horrible for you. Cajun said, hasn't anyone, especially government officials, learned trust but verify? Secondly, that's not how that works. Hubby used to be to do security for events, including Jimmy Carter and going to church while active duty. So, they should have brought in Ohio State Police. Hey, look, I'm still with the Danilo Cavalcante. I'm still with the West Virginia boys. Those are the ones that get things done. So, yeah, man. Well, he was wearing all white to blend with the roof. Yeah, Secret Service breached big time. Eyewitness, how did he get from car with it too? Oh yeah. Like that's insane. Was he laying up there already? So where's the video at? Right here. I was just playing. I'll play it for you again. I don't mind. Here you go. Play it for you again. This is from the crowd.
He was doing the job. I wouldn't even be doing this. I'd be at some beautiful place to support this ocean.
There's people already looking in that.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
The gentleman even.
Off of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there. See him? He's laying down. You see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And son, I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a senator.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
Here he is. Because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people.
They literally saying criminals on the roof. It's insane. That's crazy. Idiot. Saw a military sniper vet post on X saying this would never be possible without help having a blind eye turned. One thing that I said, so it's 130 yards. So I don't know about that, because 130 yard shot. I mean, if you got some skills, you can do it. That's not hard. So, but the thing is he's only 20. I want to know where he got those skills from, because he turned around, pointed a gun at a police officer climbing on the roof. The police officer backed down like a coward. I don't care what you call it. Retreated. That's a coward thing. If that officer is listening to me, I don't care. You have someone with a gun. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're walking down the street and someone has a gun and they point it at you. You know what to do if you're a police officer. It's crazy. So, but the thing is, I get it. I see, one of y'all saying that you could do a 130-yard shot. But could you do it with where you turned around, pointed a gun at a police officer, got on to back out, and immediately turned back around and fire? Could you do it? If so, where did you get your training at? Because don't tell me that you just picked up a gun, within 2 years and just shot it a few times. You've had some type of training for a 130-yard shot, because most firing ranges don't even go up to 100 yards. Majority of them only go up to about 30 yards. So my son and dad are both law enforcement and would have never backed down. I don't know many that would have. So yeah, there has to be some type of experience. Yeah. So I mean, no, I couldn't imagine trying to do that. Literally, I don't even care if you were just trying to do it for all funds and crap and giggles type deal of saying, hey, can you turn around, then turn back around and, hit a metal tag 130 yards away. Immediately doing it. Immediately. It wasn't like he scared the officer down and then waited another minute and then fired the shots. It literally, the news says he pointed the gun at the officer retreated, and he immediately turned around and fired. That's what the article says. Crazy. Let's see what else we have. What's going on? Okay, so this I'm seeing, it says the FBI has searched the shooter's home and vehicle to collect additional evidence. Suspicious device found at both locations have been rendered safe by bomb technicians and are being evaluated at the FBI laboratory. And this stuff happened in an Argentina versus Colombia game. Is wild. I gotta show y'all that in a moment. Let me just show y'all. I don't know what it is, but here we go.
Here, what the heck? What is going on here?
People were freaking out and leaving. They're still confused by that, by the way. So, let's see any other news. On there. I guess I'll show y'all this, by the way, with that game. I'll show you this because this won't be shown on TikTok.
Que están causando el desorden. Mi padre se...
But yeah, an officer taking a woman out that was clearly unconscious. So that looks like it was she was like dehydrated, maybe panic and things like that. So if you watched it from the beginning, you know. So yeah. Crazy. Thinks this made up story, honestly. Who's Jake? And what's the made up story? Sorry. Where's the cop that climbed up and he turned around? Did he really do it, or is it just a story to make it look good for him, police? Just wondering. Oh, that's what you're referring to. Melissa, it's not a made up story. It's literally here you go. AP News right here. It says not long before shots rang out, rally goers noticed a man climbing to the roof of a nearby building and warned local police, according to two law enforcement officials. One local police officer climbed to the roof and encountered Cooks, who pointed his rifle at the officer. The officer retreated down the ladder, and Crooks quickly took a shot towards Trump. And that's when the Secret Service snipers, shot him. It's crazy. This is AP News, everybody. AP News. That's crazy. I can't believe that. Okay, so Lynn, thank you so much for letting me know what was going on with the soccer thing. Lynn said that the soccer thing was because the game started 45 minutes late. And it was due to unruly crowds. People got impatient and were pushing through the queue line fencing. Thank you so much for letting me know that. So, Oh yeah, I'd like to see the body cam of that one. You know, I hope they're never a police officer again. You know, I do. I mean that. Someone points a gun at you, and that's not how officers are trained. You know, and it's the president of the United States. I'm not saying that you should have him on the pedestal, but I'm just saying, like, come on. So, I can't believe that. All right, everybody. That pretty much concludes today's episode. If you didn't watch it, rewind it. Also, if you want to help out the algorithm, definitely do so. And it'll help me out to eventually getting monetized on here. So just leave it on loop all night long if you'd like to, or days if you'd like to. So I do appreciate you all doing this. Because I will be posting on YouTube more and more. So if you watch my video, you'll see where I talked about it. So I don't know where it's, you know, what minute you need to tune in on, but I'll give you a skinny rundown what's going to take place. I will be on TikTok. It'll be a backup account. I am going to enter that backup account into my main account as a guest, so you'll know that I'm live. Right now, it'll take me a few days until I get TikTok live on that account, so it'll be through the phone for a little bit. The other thing is that I will be doing a podcast. I will be doing YouTube. So YouTube, I'm trying to become monetized. So that means I need like 100,000 watch hours. So if all of y'all watch this live over and over again, it helps. And I will definitely be trying to get that to become monetized here. The way that podcast will be is Monday through Friday. I'm going to make roughly about 30 minutes of news that'll be released every day of what's going on. Monday nights will be rabbit holes. There'll be many parts to it. So if it's, a 5-part series, that means for 5 weeks on Monday, it'll be every Monday that series comes out. And then the other thing is Friday nights will be where we do questions and answers. That'll be where I read off questions and I reply with answers to them on what some of y'all have with that stuff. That may not be something long. We'll see how it goes, but it'll be something that'll be, labeled as, hey, this is, the rabbit hole theory of MH370 with UFOs flying around it. This is part 3 of 10. And this is the Q&A for Friday night. So that way, if you only want to listen to news, you know what to do. That way, if you want to listen to the rabbit holes, you know what to do. If you want to listen to the rabbit holes with Q&As, you know what to do. The name of the podcast has not been released. I do have a name that I'm going to do. There is a couple, so I'll put it to a vote. But it'll be launched on every platform. I don't know when it's going to be launched. It may be next week. It might be a couple of weeks. But I do plan on trying to get that done as soon as possible. So, if you want to support me and you don't want to pay on TikTok, I have a Venmo and a Cash App. And then, and you don't have to. I just appreciate it. This is a full-time job to me. So if you can't, it's totally okay. Don't feel like you have to. Please do not feel like you have to. It's only if you want to. And then, you can still do TikTok. I'm going to still be trying to go onto TikTok. I'm still going to be trying it until they completely take me off of there. So, yep, even Apple's podcast. So all of them, I will be getting to where I get put on, and so that is where you know, yeah. Anyhow, let's see. I think that's really it. So, I will say this as I leave. Thank you so much for everybody in here. I appreciate all the likes. It means a lot to me. I see that, you know, there was 200 people in here. I see that I went from 3.8 thousand to now I'm at 4,000 and 4. So that is awesome, you know. That I have over 4,000 people. So, and one other thing, you want to help me get monetized? I think I mentioned this, but just in case, watch this video over and over again. And it helps me quickly get there. I have to have 100 hours of watch time. So, and you rewatching it helps. So, all right. Well, I'll say it like I always do. Thank you so much, everybody. I greatly appreciate y'all with everything you've done. And I hope that all of y'all do not live in fear. Because if you live in fear, you die multiple times in your life. If you do not live in fear, you only die once. I hope no one forgets that. I hope you think about what I said, and I'll say it again. Do not live in fear. Because if you live in fear, you die several times in your life. If you do not live in fear, you only die once. So, yeah, it's 100,000 hours in total. Doesn't matter if it was one person who gave me all that 100,000 or if it's 100,000 people who watched me 1 hour each. You know, but yeah. Thank you all. Have a wonderful and blessed night. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless. Bye, everybody.